live is always funny. We're live from the Spero Clinic for Hannah's graduation. Hannah, I'm going to give the floor to you. You've earned every second. So, start off with how long you've been sick and just kind of for our audience.
The first round was when I was 8, I think. Went through a regular pain program, thought it fixed things. Just kind of made it an underlying issue that I didn't recognize. Went through middle school, and in 8th grade, when I was 14, I think, I flopped onto the couch, probably being frustrated at something, and I pinched a nerve in my neck that radiated down my arm and gave it what we now know was CRPS. We didn't know what it was. Kept going to school, slowly kept getting worse until I was in a wheelchair. Went through 3 inpatients at the Children's Hospital in Minnesota until they very nicely asked us not to come back because they couldn't do anything. One night, my parents found this place on Facebook, I think, and within a week or 2, we were down here for the 2-day intro. So God very much led us here and put it all together. I definitely didn't make it easy on anybody to help me. My pride got in the way of getting better for a long time. We had to go back for 3 months at one point, and without, I guess there was progress. I don't remember it very well, but my family does. We came back down in October, and within, I think it was within 3 weeks, the CRPS was completely gone.
And it was quick. Once you decided you were ready, I think it just clicked.
And it was, yeah, it went from a 9 to a 0, and it stayed at a 0 for the rest of the time. So most of the time I was here, it was EDS and building back up muscle.
Seizures.
Yeah, that was the first round of coming down. The clinic has been very helpful and very patient with me. I would come in and people would say that that I looked different, that I looked a lot better, and it would be very fast. And it was a lot of times when I would figure out something and I would be able to see something more clearly, where my heart and my spirit was more sure of where it stood and what it was supposed to be doing and what the next step was. So that made a huge difference. I did Sarasat 3 weeks ago. That gave me the quiet time to think and figure stuff out, and we just realized that it was time to go. When at the end of it, I walked in on Monday of this week, and I'm still doing pretty good.
How important, Hannah, would you say, for all our fellow patients here, are your mind, your spirit, and deciding, knowing that you can get better? Besides all the treatments we're doing.
Oh, very. A big piece is recognizing that you are going, that for some of us, our automatic instinct is going to be to stay hurting. When people go through trauma, you usually either try to make other people hurt like you do, or you try and hold on to hurting, because it's a new sort of comfort zone. It's definitely not a healthy thing to do, but I was doing that for the first 6 months we were here, and then I kept doing it even after I had decided that I wanted to get better, recognizing that and being able to consciously negate that was definitely helpful. That was the first big breakthrough, I think. And then the other big breakthrough was recognizing why I was getting better, and getting better not for the sake of getting better. Recognizing that I wanted to get better for what I had next, because when I first got it, I was 8 and I have absolutely no idea what I want to do or what I'm interested in. And it's kind of hard to want to go back to something that you don't know what it is. It's scary. The unknown is always scary. But it's time to go and move on to the next piece.
And for that, I'm most proud of you. That was the biggest piece of your healing. Do you want to read something? I see you have
I have bullet points to remember what I have to say.
I think you need them.
My family has been very wonderful.
You just want to come up here. You guys were amazingly supportive.
The second time we came down is the longest my family has not been together in ever, I think. They would still come down every month, if at least my dad would. And my mom has been remarkably patient and gracious. And even extended family that has been so helpful. They've prayed for us. We have friends that would send texts and asking for updates, or just letting my parents know that, hey, if you need anything, we're here. And like financially, prayer, everything, they've been so supportive. We've been very blessed to not have to feel like we're going through it alone. And I haven't really lost any relationships going through that. Of course, there have been some that have been put through the ringer. I'm definitely going to have to re-get to know my siblings. I've missed 2 years of their lives. And my friends, I'm going to have to re-get to know them. But a lot of people come in and I've heard them tell stories about their family or their close friends giving up on them, or just kind of deciding that it was too much work. And I haven't had anybody do that, so I'm very thankful for that, and I know that everything that comes next is going to be incredible.
Are you ready?
That's all the bullet points.
I think this is next.